This is Brighton TV and this is the match preview for Brighton vs Aston Villa. And before the international break, our win versus Spurs. Incredible, amazing team performance, and it was highlighted on Match of the Day and a lot of other places about how well we played, and not just about how bad Spurs played. And I was thinking, all they're going to talk about is how poor Spurs played. But actually, they focused on Brighton and how well we played. And I was really surprised with that. And something which I didn't notice at the game, but I noticed after the game, was Potter changed his style to suit how Spurs will play and go and attack them from how bad they're playing. He ended up going a lot more direct to try and end up creating more chances for the attackers, and went to more of a 4-4-2 like formation instead of a 3 at the back, and it definitely paid off versus Spurs. But I wouldn't be surprised if he changed the system again to go back to 3 at the back versus Aston Villa. And we're not the only team that played amazing before the international break. Villa as well, they won 5-1 versus a very injured Norwich side, and that will definitely boost their confidence up a lot as well. They played really well versus Norwich. We played well versus Spurs. Hopefully we get the win versus Villa, and obviously we know a few seasons ago the ball went through Stockdale's legs and we ended up losing the championship because of it at Villa Park, and it was so disappointing because we played so well throughout the season, and then the last 3 games we ended up messing it up and so poor. We could have done so much better, but hopefully now we'll go and play better versus Villa. And you may be thinking back to the cup game versus at the Amex a few weeks ago. This will be a completely different game, since not only do we have more players coming back from injury, this is a league game. Potter cares about this. We care about this. I'm pretty sure most Brighton fans would rather us play a lot better in the league and do bad in the League Cup, which is, most people care about the FA Cup, but the League Cup most people don't care about. But the league, so many people care about the Premier League. So obviously this is going to be different, and we're going to play a much better team for this game. And we've got even more players coming back from injury after the international break. We've got Trossard, but Potter has said Trossard cannot start this match, so he might be on the bench. And another 2 more players. Solly March is coming back from injury, and Shane Duffy played for Ireland during the international break after Potter allowed him. And I just think that means Duffy is back. He is able to play. He came back a lot quicker than we expected, so I guess he might be on the bench. And of course, who are we going to play for this game? And I don't think it should be much different to the Spurs game before the international break. In goal, Ryan. Ryan played so well versus Spurs. He made so many good saves. He was just what a keeper should do. A lot of good saves, and there weren't many hard strikes, but when he was faced with a few strikes, he definitely did hold on to the ball and save it. Then I think we should play a back 4 like we did versus Spurs. Dan Barnett in the left back, Montoya in the right back, and Duncan Webster in the centre back positions. Oh, that doesn't seem right. I'm so used to thinking of Lewis Dunk and Shane Duffy. And to be honest, with Potter, it's so hard to predict the lineups when there's so many fit players. I wasn't expecting Moy and Grow, who he played versus Tottenham. I was not expecting that. He changes it up so much to adapt to the opposition. It's incredible. And then in midfield, Stevens and Alzate, they dominated versus Tottenham in the midfield, and I don't see why they should be replaced. I haven't heard of proper being back fit, so I think Stevens and Alzate definitely should stay there in the midfield role. And then out wide, I think Rose and Moy, both of them, and the number 10 positions, that helps us in attack a lot. It ends up creating a lot more chances versus a Villa side, I think, where we might need to do a lot more crosses than usual. I think them 2 will be definitely necessary. And then in the front 2, I think it should be Malpoy and Murray. And the reason why I didn't say Aaron Connolly, and I think Aaron Connolly could start, But for Ireland, he ended up starting in the match and he ended up playing for 70 minutes, so he's going to be exhausted. And it just shows that how you need service as a striker to play really well. For Brighton versus Tottenham, Connolly got so many chances and ended up taking them. But for Ireland, they didn't create much for him, and all he was restricted to was hardly anything, and he had to create chances by himself. And for a striker, that's really hard. You want the chances to come to you where you go and poach them, but if you're not given that, you're not going to score. And since he wasn't given that, he's now a lot more, I'm guessing, going to be a lot more tired, and I think he can make impact off the bench. Away from home, it makes sense for him to come off the bench for the Villa game. And that's who I think should start in the lineup. And my score predictions for this match, I think we'll win 2-1 versus Villa. Villa, of course, are very strong, but I think we'll end up play better than them. We'll end up scoring 2 goals and them only scoring 1. And I think it will be Malpoy again to score. And I think Connolly off the bench to score the goal for us. And for Villa, Grealish, I think Grealish is a great player for them. He plays really well, so I'd expect him to score as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Brighton TV and follow us on Instagram.